It's not the first time I've gotten that.
All right, we're live.
So, when we were here Wednesday, there was some discussion that we had related to a proposal that you had passed across about peer mentors and mentor teachers. And one of the things that we said is, you know, we can do some things, but we can't do everything. And when we brought our proposal in, we said, you know, this is what we have. We have this 4.15, and that's what's available. When you responded, and maybe I have a little bit of the timing wrong, but the conversation was, we expected you to take all of that mentor money and put it in our proposal. And I think I do have it a little bit backwards, because when we gave the 4.15, we felt that we had met that expectation because that proposal went up $246,000 from the previous one, and 1 year of that mentor cost was $229, and 2 years of that mentor cost was $459. So even though the mentor amount of money is non-recurring, it's non-recurring money, and the raises are recurring, we felt we had met that expectation because our proposal did go up more than the 1 year cost of the mentor program. But recurring money has been a concern all along, and we have, from the time we sat down at the table and we started talking money to the time, you know, where we are today, our recurring costs have gone up significantly of what we've offered across the table. So I have a counter. First of all, we're rejecting your 4.38. Like, we're rejecting that. I have a counter in terms of,
and I don't want to get into the weeds, but I just want to put it on the record that when I withdrew the mentoring bonus or increases in mentoring supplement that I proposed, it was under the understanding that you had said, well, we can't do both. So if we're going to spend this on mentoring, then we're taking it from your salary offer. And based on that, which I don't agree with, I said, okay, then put it back into the salary offer.
Agreed.
But the full amount. So I just want to put my side out there. I don't want to get into the weeds on it.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that. You did, and I did, and I think what our miscommunication was the recurring versus the non-recurring, the 1 year versus the 2 year, right? So I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think we miscommunicated what I was trying to explain and what you were trying to explain. I think it was a miscommunication. So we have a counter. We are putting the mentoring information back on the table for a 1 year period of time. I'll let it come down.
Oh, sorry.
For a 1 year period of time to increase the supplements for the lead mentor to $1,000, for mentoring one teacher to $500, and mentoring two or more for $1,000 for the 2022-23 school year, in addition to our 4.15 offer, which was, if I remember correctly, the out-of-pocket costs were $5,244,344.
So what is the cost of this right here?
hang on, I just had it, I just have to figure out where I put it. $229,500. And that is before fringe.
Any questions on our side of the table?
I have a question, because I'm still unclear, because, and I know you said there was some sort of miscommunication, but it was understood that this was part of, obviously, the salary and available, so this MOA that you're offering is non-recurring or recurring dollars?
Non-recurring. It's 1 year only. 2022-23.
So can you I don't understand how we miscommunicated about that, because I think we're all really clear about what recurring and non-recurring is, and I don't know that when we went back to redo the numbers, would have put this money,
So what I tried to say at the table the other day, which I apparently did not do a good job of doing, is there is a finite pot of money, both recurring and non-recurring. It's a finite pot of money. And all of our funds that are falling to the bottom line are because of savings or because of one-time, are non-recurring funds. And what I tried to explain, which apparently I didn't do a really good job of, is that we can't do everything. We can do some things, and we have come to the table with a lot of things. We've come with the insurance and the lead mentor, the ESE specialist, and all those things that are identified on our sheets right now. I'm looking for a sheet to be able to say that. So we're at $13 million that we've come to for the table. The additional a year for longevity, and the other things that we've agreed to. There's a finite pot when you look at both recurring and non-recurring. And so when you brought to us the mentor proposal, it's just another that cost that you had with 5 teachers, and plus the mentoring was much more than the $500,000 that would cost for what we passed back. And what I was trying to say is we cannot do everything. And so we have to look, but when we passed it back, it was for a 2-year period of time at a cost of $459,000, right? And we said, we can't do everything. So when you passed back and said, or when you said, we want you to put this money into all salaries, but your pass back was the full amount, not just the 1 year amount, and it's recurring, so it's really even a little bit more because it's recurring dollars. Clearly I miscommunicated.
So,
I was just gonna say, obviously we're interested in mentoring. We brought the proposal. We think it will go a long way, and we think our mentors are. This is still low pay, but it would be a vast improvement for the important work they do. But if we're at the point where we're arguing over $200,000, I just go back to looking at the totality of the district budget. $200,000 is literally like probably less than $1 to us in our personal budgets. So we got hung up on this a couple of days ago, and here we are still kind of hung up on this minuscule amount to the district, which is a significant amount to our teachers when it's been a while since they got a significant recurring raise that's FRS eligible. And that's really what our focus is on, is getting every dollar for this FRS eligibility, because our folks at that end are hurting. And a couple things I could point out already, where I could tell you that $200,000, the numbers we use to calculate this cost was based on last year's numbers. Many of those teachers are gone and they're being replaced by newer teachers already. I mean, we had record numbers of teachers at New Teacher Academy the last 2 days. I mean, that cost is a wash already. So, I mean, I would just like to see the district in good faith move on this.
Could I ask about the $200,000, because the difference that I see from the 4.38% to our 4.15 is $600,000. So I'm unclear about the
That was our offer.
$200,000.
The 200,000 is the 200,000 I'm referring to, the difference in the 1 year of mentoring versus the 2 year of mentoring.
I think the trouble is, and the reason you didn't explain it well, or you felt you explained it well, but we didn't understand it well. This is one-time money. This is recurring money.
Absolutely.
But the district is saying, well, we can't adjust the one-time money because of recurring money. These are two separate issues that got conflated together.
Because money is money, and there's
No,
a finite pot of money when you look at both recurring and
The
non-recurring.
district has a very lot of money that's sitting in a bank account somewhere for the 72-mile wild hurricane that's going to take out all of Brevard. So.
All right, so we would, does anyone else have any questions? We would need to caucus.